If you go to the internet today, you are going to see dozens and hundreds of success stories of people who were able to quit their job and pursue their vision or their passion projects, or to eventually do that which they love. So you see a lot of stories of people on YouTube, making videos, and one of the things they say is they were able to quit their boring job to do that which they really, really care about, to pursue their passion, to pursue their dream. And when they do that, they want to challenge you to follow suit, to do the same thing, to follow their footsteps. Now, I'm not condemning that entirely, but it's important that we put things in perspective. Because what happens is that if you run with half information or complete information, it is equivalent to running with a bad information. So when somebody say, follow your passion, and you take that information like that, you might make mistake, you might make wrong decisions. Because when somebody say follow your passion or do what you love, it may not be that the person is saying that you need to quit your job tomorrow to go and play football because your passion, what you're passionate about, is playing football. To go and become a writer because your passion is to become a writer, or to go and start doing music because that is not your passion. That might not be what the person is saying, but because you are not able to ask that person questions, you take that information and you want to run with it. So we have a lot of success stories of people who quit their day job and now they are doing what they love. I want to tell you that you can have your day job, you can keep your day job, and you can still pursue your vision. What I want to do today is to try to convince you that your day job is not a limitation. I want you to get this. It is not an obstacle for you. It's not an obstacle to you. It shouldn't kill your creativity. That your day job can actually become a platform, can actually become your patron in the pursuit of your vision, in the pursuit of your idea. So instead of seeing your day job as a constraint, as a prison, as a limitation, what if you see it as an enabler? What if you see it as a support system for your vision? What if you see it as a platform where you earn money to invest in that idea, in that business, in that vision that you nurture? To learn management, to learn leadership, to learn discipline, to learn organization, so that when you launch your business or that project, you have gathered enough career capital that will help you to thrive in that your work, in that passion, or in that your dream. Now, I want to make this case, and I'm going to state certain points I'm going to talk about. Number one is the pressure paradox. When creativity has to pay the bills, it struggles. When what you are doing that you care so much about, when the art you want to create and give to the world and beautify the world and make a difference in the world, when your rent is dependent on the profitability of your arts. Let's say you write book, right? You are a writer, a non-fiction writer, whether a fiction or a non-fiction writer, and you have to pay rent from your writing. You mount a lot of pressure on yourself. You mount a lot of pressure on yourself to monetize so soon. You're a content creator, you create content and you put it on YouTube. When you have to pay rent from that, it puts a lot of pressure. It suffocates your creativity. Because one of the things that creativity requires is freedom. Freedom to make mistakes, freedom to experiment, freedom to sit down and think and do deep and meaningful work. You know, if you have a child, you know children draws a lot. When you have a child who draws, she draws arts, and she does that at her will, at her free time. And she creates beautiful art. She's not under pressure. It's not an assignment for her to submit. It is something she is creating. Because she's not under pressure to impress anybody, to create something that she's going to sell tomorrow so that she'll make money to parents, she takes time. She can make mistake and she begin. She has time to create, to imagine. So it makes the work to have quality because she is not under the pressure to monetize this. You know, sometimes when I tell people that I have a YouTube channel, I create videos and I upload it there, one of the things people say is, you know, Chima, monetize this. You know, monetize it, you're going to make money, right? I know. But that is not the reason I started my YouTube channel. It is not for me to make money. It's important. Now, I'm not saying that if I have a lot of followers or subscribers and YouTube begins to pay me money, I will not want. Or it's not saying that I'm not going to, upgrade what I do in terms of the quality of my videos and every other thing, so it can eventually reach a lot of people and reach a stage where it can be monetized. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the motivation is not that this thing I am doing, is not that this video I'm uploading has to pay my rent, has to buy me food, has to buy clothes for me. So that gives me enough space to create from peace and not pressure. It gives me enough space to take time and perfect my art, to take time to read, to study. So I'm not under pressure to monetize. A steady job can shield your creativity. It can protect your creativity from crushing under the pressure, from the pressure to monetize so soon. You know, this is why when you go to YouTube or when you go to the internet these days, you know, you have a lot of people who are doing all kinds of things today because they want to get monetized. You know, when Facebook was when Nigerians on Facebook were enabled to make money from Facebook. So you have a lot of people on YouTube following you so that you follow them, follow for follow. It was trending, right? Because everybody wants to get monetized. So people come up with all kinds of content creation. Even some things that people are not supposed to put on YouTube or on Facebook, because now they want to get monetized. And it creates a lot of shallow work. So if you are writing a book and the purpose of writing that book is so that you make money from it, because in the next 3 months, your landlord is going to disturb you. You are going to rush that book. And the tendency for creating a shallow work, for doing a shallow work, is there. So a job or a steady job protects your creativity. I like the story of Elizabeth Gilbert. Elizabeth Gilbert said that she kept her day jobs. In fact, she said she has worked a lot of day jobs to ensure that she put her mind and soul together so that she will write her book. She has been writing a lot of books, and she has been rejected so many times by a lot of publishers. She kept her day jobs until her fourth book. Until her fourth book was published and became a bestseller. That is when she entered writing full time. So she kept her day job until that. And now, not just Elizabeth Gilbert, history is full of people who had day job while they were investing in their arts, while they were doing their arts, while they were nurturing their ideas, while they were writing, while they were painting. We have a lot of people. You can go to the internet and you see a lot of them. J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter, she was a teacher. In fact, she trained to be a teacher because she needed to have a job so that she can feed herself and her daughter, right? Because her marriage with her husband ended. In fact, she had to live closer with her sister to get that financial support. And she was on welfare too. So she was teaching, she was on welfare while she was writing Harry Potter. Now she's one of the great, how will I put it? She's one of the greatest creative writers in history. But she had a day job while she was writing. So your day job is not a limitation. It is not a prison. You can shift your mindset, the way you view your day job, and begin to see it as a support system for what you are building. That is, if you have what you are building. Because one of the challenge, or one of the reasons why people think that they are slaving away for paycheck in what they do for a living in a job, especially if it's a job that they consider to be boring, or a job that is not aligned with their strengths or with their passions or with what they love to do. They think they are just wasting away. The reason why is this: people don't have a big sense of purpose to their life. Now, what I mean by that, they don't have a direction or a vision for their life, so that the job they have is supporting that vision. Do you get this? So that the job they have is a support system to this vision. Because when you have an overall sense of purpose and direction for your life, your day job has a meaning. It has a purpose to it. It has a purpose in your life. Because your life has a big purpose that is way bigger than your paycheck. So your paycheck serves as a patron. Your job serves as a support system. Do you get that? So it brings more meaning and engagement in your work. So now you integrate the purpose or direction or the overall motivation of your life with your day job. So you don't see it as you are living to work, right? But you see it as you are working to live. Do you understand? You are working to live, not that you are living to work. You are working to live. That means that you have this day job because this day job supports your life. And your life is about something bigger than paying rent. Elizabeth Gilbert said in one of her interviews that writing was her home. Right? Writing was her home. In fact, it get to a point where she got rejected so many times. But she had to come back to herself because her mind is telling her to forget about writing. But she always reminds herself that writing is what she loves doing. It's her home. And she's going to keep doing this day job. She's going to keep all this job, series of jobs she's doing. She's not a professional. What she was doing was what we consider to be non-skilled labors, unskilled labors. She said one of the things she did was she was a